Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is the second time I'm doing this because it doesn't show my audio meters in Adobe Premiere, which is a little unsettling. And I just wanted to make sure that everything was working right. So I stopped it and I restarted it and everything seemed to be working fine. So here we go. Take two. I wanted to make a bit of, this is a much quicker video. Really, it's a photo dump with some voiceovers, so much easier. So between bouncing between way too many games, I have been recording. I do have a backlog of like 20, 25 videos, and I've just been slacking on the slapping everything together in Premiere and doing a mass upload to YouTube, which I really need to do. At some point, I hope to have money and I can just hire an editor to do this part for me. And then I can focus on just making goofy little videos like this with a ball in some water because I thought it was funny. So I want to say 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, something like that. We were over visiting with some friends of ours and he was showing me all of his camera stuff, and I happened to just be flipping through Amazon as we're talking about stuff. And ordinarily cameras, like I've wanted a DSLR camera for a long time now. And obviously I got one. These are some pictures that I have taken. Some of them are very, very blurry. Some of them came out really good. I tend to average like one really good picture that I really like per session when I go out, which is not where I want to be. I would love to get, more pictures that I really like. And sometimes the camera just does not cooperate with me on that front. But I was looking at cameras and ordinarily they're about $1,200, $1,000, somewhere in that ballpark for just a base, this is what I want. This is one of the photos that I absolutely love. Came out fucking perfect. I love it. So as I'm flipping through Amazon and we're talking, I found one for $350 with camera body, 2 lenses, the battery, a camera bag, the neck strap, like everything that I would want in a basic kit. It was missing one lens cap. So it has one lens cap for 2 lenses. Not ideal. But it was $350. Can't really argue with that. So, and I mean, look at that. That picture is stunning. I love it. Yes, I am going to toot my own horn. I love the way this picture came out. So I picked that up. Like I talked to my fiance. I'm like, hey, just so you know, I'm about to spend $350. And she's like, we're saving for a wedding, right? And I was like, yeah, I know. But, I talked to her about it and she was like, go for it. That you're not going to find that price again, just have fun, go for it. So I did. And I got a camera and I'm still trying to figure it out. Every time I go out with it, I learn a little bit more. Because I talked to a buddy of mine who does really good shots like that flower shot that you just saw, except he's working with a super telephoto lens and he gets all these really amazing wildlife shots. And I was talking to him. I'm like, hey, can I convince you to come over for a, trade a home cooked meal for, trade a home cooked meal for a camera tutorial? And he's like, dude, I just set the fucking thing to auto and let it do all the work. So I don't know how many good photos he gets on an outing. Like I see the final result and the final result is beautiful. Like this photo, I love the fucking colors of it, and it doesn't look bad in my teeny weeny little fucking preview screen here. But actually looking at this photo, I know it's blurry. So like that pissed me off because I thought this was a cool compositional shot. I loved the colors and it came out blurry. So I was unhappy with that. So I don't know what a good good ratio to photos taken versus, actual good usable photos. I know on my phone I can do it pretty well, but with the DSLR, I'm having a bit of issue. So I did a little bit of recording yesterday because I was off. And I was like, you know what? I'm up, I'm dressed, I've got some energy. I grabbed my camera, threw on some sneakers instead of, my nicer shoes, threw on some sneakers, took a walk. And if this picture has seemed to subtly change, I have been experimenting with Lightroom as well to try and make those colors pop a bit more. So I went out and, oh my God, there was no cloud cover. It was hot as hell. I learned that there is an egregiously steep hill between me and where I went to take some of these photos. And I was fucking dying by the time I got to this park. And this park was, I know there's a photo of it somewhere in here. I don't remember exactly where I put it. I kind of just hit Control A and added them all to the timeline and then drug them out individually to each be about a minute long. So I'm sure there's a better way to do that. I did like how this picture came out. This is from yesterday. I'm sure there's a better way to do everything that I've been doing. Like there's a much more efficient way, but I'm doing everything fucking manually because I don't know these programs that well. I point camera and push button and hope that things work. And like on the tiny little display screen, everything looks fine. And then I get it home and I put it on the 34-inch ultra wide. And I'm like, oh my God, it's fucking blurry as hell. But I did I liked how that one turned out. That one turned out pretty good. There were originally some bees on there and I was trying to get them in the shot and the bees flew away. It made me sad. Thought I made a friend. So if you see pictures hanging around for well over a minute, and it's probably showing up much clearer on bigger screens, but you can see where like the colors suddenly get brighter and everything pops a bit more. And those will be the images that I've edited in Lightroom, alongside of the originals, the complete unedited ones. The only one I don't have the unedited version for, would be that flower shot, which I think was the second or third picture in, which I really, like I said, I really like how that came out. So yeah, I have a huge backlog of videos that I really just need to not get off my ass because I do all my work in this computer chair, but get on my ass and just fucking do. And I've been terrible about that. But I do have a huge backlog of videos to upload. And I've been adding some mods to things. Like I have, I edited the shit out of, there's the little path I was walking. I edited the shit out of Transport Fever. Added in 100 new engines and some new trolleys. And I really want to do another video for that, or a video series rather for that, and really deep dive into the game. But I feel like I just played that, so I don't want to dive into that immediately. And I have a bunch of other games that I've been playing. I have a lot of footage from World of Warcraft to upload for the Lore Master series, where I've kind of been bouncing around. So I'm going to have to put them into separate playlists, like Eastern Kingdoms, Kalimdor, what have you. And then I'll probably have a master playlist at the end, which is just everything in chronological order, which might be a little strange. Just because so much stuff changes. Like I unlocked my garrison in Draenor. I unlocked the farm in Pandaria. I unlocked my order hall in Legion and got my first artifact and did some of that stuff. I think the next thing I really want to go after is unlocking Shadowlands, just so I can do profession stuff. But I'm still like, I just cleared out Eastern Plaguelands and then made my way to the Badlands, and I have a video there. So I think we last stopped in what's uploaded right now. I believe the last thing I had done was Western Plaguelands, and I was halfway through. So I finished Western Plaguelands. I finished Eastern Plaguelands. I'm into the Badlands, but I've also gone and done an episode in Draenor, an episode in Pandaria, an episode in Legion. Like, I'm kind of all over the place. This one just kind of amused me because of the leaf hanging down over the... I don't know why it amused me so much, but it did. I liked it. It definitely needs to be cropped. Like, none of these are cropped. Everything is just as it is. Some of them are blurry, some of them not so much. Really, it's just me sweating my ass off with a camera for a lot of these. Because most of this photo dump is from yesterday. The Swedish cabin. My fiance and I went out and took a walk, and I was taking some pictures, trying to learn some stuff. The flowers, I had gone out with a buddy of mine, and we were walking around a park. And he was just watching me like lay in the grass trying to get pictures of stuff. And just thinking I'm an absolute nut job, which I am. I like how this mushroom turned out though. It's very pretty. And then I think this is going to be followed up. This one looks brighter, so this might be the touched up version. We'll see what happens when it shifts over, if everything darkens. Because I can see a lot of definition in those leaves as well. Now I'm just waiting for this goddamn picture to change, and it does not seem to be changing very much. And that is upsetting. So I can't tell which one's the edited one like I thought I would be able to. Like, can I full screen this? And yeah, that one's much brighter. Okay. Playback resolution, high quality playback display mode. God damn it. Magnification. Okay. Everything's just going to sit there, I guess. That's fine. This one's definitely much brighter though. So this one is the edited version. So yeah, we have a ton of stuff to upload still. Really, I've just been like getting home from work and just being like, oh God, someone shoot me. Working retail, I'm very good at it, but I hate it so much. Like, my God, I hate it. And part of it is I am very smart, and I want to, like, I'm very smart, and for me, interacting with people comes very naturally. Pretty much every job I've ever had has been customer facing, and I can be very charismatic when I need to be. And like, I've done commission sales where if you don't sell things, you don't eat. But at the same time, if stuff gets returned, that money gets pulled back out, of your next paycheck. So I never wanted to be that guy that was like, hey man, do you have a top of the line Blu-ray player? Well, I just want to watch the news. Yeah, but you're going to want that surround sound and that blue. Like, I worked with people like that. And while they had the best sales in the area, they also had the highest rate of return. Where I did not have the best sales ratio compared to, like, this one came out blurry as shit, but I wish that would have been better because those mushrooms were fucking popping. I might not have made a sale to everyone that walked into my department, but I was also the guy where these older people would come in. They're not super tech savvy. And they would be like, I'm looking for just a 32-inch screen or a 24-inch screen. And my grandchildren said that I need it to be 1080p. I'm like, what you doing with it? And they're like, I just want to watch the news while I'm laying in bed to fall asleep. I'm like, okay, here's the deal. That small of a screen for that function, you are never going to notice a difference. At the time, a 720p TV would be, let's call it $150. And the 1080 version of the same thing would be about $400. I would obviously make much more money if I just, okay, you should probably listen to your grandkids. Your grandkids, they sound like smart cookies. You should listen to them. I would have been able to make more money, but I'm not wired that way. And so I would flat out tell them, if you get a 1080, you will never notice the difference. You're spending way too much money. Like, trust me on this, get the 720. It does not look good here in the store because it's right next to its 1080 big brother. But trust me on this, you just want the 720. And I would save them a shitload of money. My coworker, who would just, not only do you want a 1080, but I mean, at that room size, like, he would try and upsell them to like a 50-inch TV for their bedroom that was 1080 and, try and sell them the soundbar and everything else. And they would come back. I like how that one pops. They'd come back and like return everything because they would say no. And he would just add the warranty, add the Blu-ray player. Like, he would just add everything in and hope that they didn't notice the charge. He was a very scummy salesman. Last I heard, he was dead. So there's that. So I could not be like that. Every sales job I've ever had, including the one I'm at now where I sell books, we are expected to kind of be that scummy salesperson. And no, I refuse. And part of that is me being completely anti-authority. And part of that is me being completely anti-scummy salesperson. And so I'm constantly butting heads with people. So if I can get to a point where like I actually get my ass in gear and get this shit uploaded and, start to see some revenue from YouTube, and then to the point where like I can work a day less, and then finally like be done with my retail job and be able to do this and like go out and get better at photography and like do shit like this. I love the colors in that photo. And I like being able to share photos like this, Like, no, this isn't perfect. This probably to a lot of people isn't even great. But I like it. I think that flower picture from the very beginning is probably the best thing I've done to date. This was my attempt at doing that again, and it focused more on the goddamn leaf than on the berries, and that bothers me so much. But this is entirely user error, right? Like, this is entirely on me, and I want to get better. The problem is that, like, I used my camera a week and a half ago, and then I used it yesterday, and then I probably won't get to use my camera again for like 2 weeks. So every time I start to get better and I start to get the composition right, like I'm learning all this stuff and like, okay, here's the modes that I want to use for doing this. And here's what I want to do for this. And then I don't touch it for 2 weeks. And then when I get back to it, I'm like, okay, what were the settings I was using when I got that? And I don't fucking remember. So I'm kind of having to reteach myself, with each outing. I don't know how clear that bug's going to be, but I was standing like up on this cliff, up on the creek embankment, looking down, and I just saw like these 5 little ripples of water moving together. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? So I grabbed my lens and I zoomed all the way in, and I'm like, oh, it's a fucking bug. Let's take a picture of that. And in teeny weeny eye strainovision, which is what I'm getting, it looks pretty good. But I know there was a way to, what about extract? What if I click that button? No, that doesn't do anything. Okay, I don't know what I did. I really wish that I could just fucking full screen. What if I double clicked it? All right, word to the wise. Don't double click. Double click, bad. For whatever reason, it just stopped what I was doing. I think this is one that got edited. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to set all this. I'm not sure how to fucking make this full screen so I can see it better. I know I've done it before, and again, I do this shit so infrequently that when I figure something out, by the time I get back to it, I have no earthly idea what the fuck I was doing. Pissing me off. But yeah, so I'm sitting on a huge backlog of videos that I need to upload, and then I'm gonna have to upload this one. This one I'll upload first because all the others still need to go through this process of having the audio, which reminds me, I apologize that the audio is a little wonky donkey in this one. Oh, look, black and white. Everyone needs that obligatory black and white photo, right? Like, and it's obviously the same thing, just with the color taken away. Obligatory black and white. Woo, I'm so artsy. Someone get me my black eyeliner. Now my brain's just going off on like, this picture speaks to the darkness in my soul. But I do want to apologize if the audio is a little wonky donkey from what we are used to. I'm doing the voiceover straight in Premiere for this one instead of using Audacity and then setting the levels and then removing the background noise. So I apologize if you can hear like fucking everything behind me going on. That's my bad. I do apologize. But hopefully it's not egregiously bad, right? Like I don't know. We will find out from the little tidbits that I've been hearing, and I'm also hearing it through my my monitor speakers instead of through my headset. So it sounds even worse. And I'm just like, oh my god, this whole voiceover could be crap. But what are you gonna do, right? So I don't remember what the fuck we were talking about. I have a huge backlog of videos that I really need to get uploaded. I want to get to a point where I can generate at least a little bit of revenue from this and step farther away from my retail job because I'm tired of being told that we need to upsell everything to every little old lady that walks into the building. No one should leave with only one book. You need to be recommending books to everyone that walks in so they all leave with at least 4 or 5. No. Nope, that's dumb. People that want those recommendations, that are looking for stuff like that, or even people that are just open to recommendations, that's fine. I can recommend books. But I'm not going to tell someone who's coming in for just a Reader's Digest that I can't let you leave only spending $4.99 plus 6% sales tax. That's ridiculous. You need to go back and you need at least 4 of these $30 hardcovers. No, I'm not going to do that. And that pisses corporate off. And then the store manager gets notices that I'm being difficult. And then me and the store manager are going back and forth. So it just much easier. Oh yeah, this was right across my path. I had to duck under this because this was about 5.5 feet off the ground, and I am 6.5 feet tall. So this was like right there in front of my face as I turned a corner in this path. I'm like, what the fuck? There's so many eggies. So yeah, that tree's fucked. But if I can step back from that, right, and be able to go out and do this, do stuff like this more often and get better with my camera and get better at editing videos and doing all that. Like that's what I want to do. I want to be able to create more than, sit at work and get yelled at by some old biddy that has an expired coupon. Like, I'm sorry you can't read dates, but that's not my fault, nor is that my problem. Annoyed this one came out blurry because the red and the it looked really cool in person, and then not so much when I actually got the photo. Stupid thing. It's a stupid thing, man. I don't like it. Fucking pissing me off. So yeah, no music in the background this time. It's just me talking with a bunch of pictures, some of which I hope you'll agree with me that they're kind of pretty. And for as much as I was sweating my ass off and fucking dying yesterday, I think at least some of these made it worth it. I do like that shot of the mushroom. I liked actually getting out there and like walking around someplace new. I had never been here before. In fact, I'm hoping it's one of the next photos that pops up, but it probably won't be. Well, no, it has to be. We don't have that long left in the video. But there was like this little itty bitty park, not too far from my house on the map, but up an egregiously steep hill. And like, it's this tiny little park, and behind the fucking swing set was just this little opening into the forest canopy. I'm like, okay. And I walked down there, and then I ended up on this fucking hiking trail that was along the creek. Yeah. Behind that bench. Doesn't look like there's anything there, but there's a hiking trail there. It's behind that bench. Like, straight from this point of view, just keep walking straight and you'll hit that. And it's funny because I entered this park and I'd never been there before. And there's a group of kids like sitting on the picnic table, sitting by the picnic table off on the right-hand side that you can't see in this photo. And they're looking at me because I've just got this camera bag and my vest, and I'm like looking around, and I kind of walked off to the left side of this photo first, and I'm looking around, and then I saw that, and so I walked down there, and they're probably like, what the fuck is this guy doing? So, but it was nice to get out and explore. I haven't really done a whole lot of that since I moved into the apartment that I'm in now. So getting to do stuff like this again was really cool. I like those flowers on that tree. I'm a little sad that didn't turn out better. And oh man. So just wanted to give you all that bit of an update and share some photography with y'all. And the cat is sighing behind me. Shut up, Clyde. Everyone's a critic. But I am going to go and get ready to deal with the general public, the unwashed masses. Hooray, hooray, hurrah. So I do hope that you all enjoyed. I hope you made it this far. If you made it this far, congratulations. I hope you enjoyed all the pretty pictures. There should be one more coming up In roughly 3, 2, well, jumped the gun. Can't quite see the entirety of the timeline, but this is probably the picture we're going to end on. This is actually not, this is like down the block from my apartment. Oh, look, a cigarette butt. I didn't notice that before. Well, that detracts from it, doesn't it? But I hope y'all enjoyed. Hopefully I'll get that backlog uploaded soon. Like I said, it's like 20, 25 videos. So there will definitely be content coming. Hopefully I'll get out there and get some more pictures soon. That would be wonderful. And then maybe we can do some more of this. That would be a lot of fun. But for now, I will leave everyone to ponder these flowers in peace for at least 10 seconds. Bye.